We're live, pal.
All right. How we doing?
Not great.
D-Day.
This is going to be the. We don't do. Usually we just go by the episode number, and then you come up with something witty for Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever. I'm dubbing this the unofficial F. Johnny Espinoza podcast.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I'm going to give you your 5 minutes to go in. Don't worry.
Okay. Just tell me whenever.
We'll start off with the intro.
Alrighty, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the latest edition of the Card Foundation podcast. Your host, Danny Tancredi. Alongside me is my brother, Johnny Tancredi. This is episode number 253. You can find this podcast anywhere available, Apple, Spotify, or additional podcasts. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you enjoy the show, please leave a 5-star review. It's been a little while. Do we have any reviews?
I gotta see what I gotta remember what his message said. Yeah, we did.
Oh, what do we got?
We finally got one. Number one place for wrestling card news.
Yeah.
From 5 stars, of course. This podcast is a must listen if you have any interest in wrestling cards. Can't wait to hear Johnny profess his love for the AEW champ Samoa Joe.
It's become a weekly gag on this show. Is you and Samoa Joe?
Not on this episode, pal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is going to be a very somber episode, I would say.
For a couple reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what, because I also about I think last week I said about the box cutters.
Mm-hmm.
That if you post a review, because Dave Nagel messaged me and said, I need another box cutter. Mine's getting worn down. I already dropped 5 reviews, but I'll do another. And I was like, you don't need to do that, brother. But I got you on a box cutter, so
nice.
Yeah. So that's where to find the podcast. Patreon.com/Card Foundation Pod.
And we're live.
Join for the live show, which is going on right now. You can join for the Facebook group, which is how you get notified of all the things going on. I actually just set up the Secret Santa for 2026 or 2025 this year. The Elfster is set up. I'm just waiting for 2 more people to accept the invite. And then we have we're doing a full-on Secret Santa. I think we got like 16 people to be in it. So we got a good crew this year. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to also set up probably in between, like after Christmas and maybe the New Year, like first weekend of January. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, but we're going to do like a little Zoom, have everybody come on.
I would say probably after the New Year, just so that way everyone actually gets time to receive their packages if someone's late for whatever reason.
Yeah, I figured maybe like the first weekend of January or whatever, like around that time.
Yeah.
Do a little, happy holidays. Everybody could show off what they got. Talk about, their gifts and everything. So last year we did that. It was a lot of fun. Everyone kind of hung out for an hour and just like we're bullshitting about the holidays and just cards and whatever. So it was a good time. Yeah. So we're going to do that again this year. It's definitely happening. We'll hammer down a date as it gets closer. But for those that are in it, just make sure to keep an eye on your emails because I'm going to be doing the drawing for your Secret Santa person on Friday. And then you'll get paired up. It's a $25 minimum. And then have fun. Go and go shop. And everyone's address will be on there. So you could just, as soon as you get it, mail it out to the person, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. All right. And if you want you to buy your Secret Santa or the person you're giving a Card Foundation t-shirt, those are available at prowrestlingtees.com/Card Foundation Pod. I think it's a perfect gift.
It's a great plug.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then the old design is up there.
Yeah. We're live, pal.
Nice.
So
Makes a great Christmas gift, or Hanukkah, or any other holiday.
yeah, sure.
All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off, as everyone in baseball has been saying about this week. In the notes that I sent to Danny, I entitled this part of the show 5-minute baseball talk. Topic: baseball is dead.
Yep.
So I'll
You want to go in first, or do you want me to?
you could set the stage. You seem a little bit more upset than I am. I'm already on scorched earth. I'm ready to.
If you have a kid listening to the show, cover his ears real quick. Because David Stearns is the biggest fucking piece of shit, loser, nerd, fucking asshole on the face of this planet. He is a Moneyball Milwaukee GM for, he's smarter than the game. He's making the Mets Milwaukee 2.0. Well, guess what? How many rings does the Milwaukee Brewers have? He didn't win a championship over there. And you're in New York. You're supposed to, like MJF says, I'm better than you, and you know it. That's how we need to be operating this franchise. You know who does operate like that? The Los Angeles Dodgers. And guess what? They're back-to-back champions. And that's what happens when you don't penny pinch. And all of these teams in baseball, they're scared to spend money, put in the salary floor already, make people spend, get teams involved. And the Dodgers won't have to take everybody. And now in this instance, it was actually refreshing to see a team like the Baltimore Orioles say, you know what? The Mets underappreciate him and undervalue their all-time home run leader. Guess what? We'll go take him. And we'll give him 5 years on a contract. And that loser David Stearns, for you to say, we'll give him 3 years. 3 years? What's 2 more on top of that to bring back your guy? You're a fucking loser. Like, seriously, you've depleted this franchise and you want to sit with your smug face on SNY doing interviews. We have a plan and we're not in place and I can't comment on anything right now. Fuck you. I've had enough of this shit. Get rid of him. And I don't want to bash Cohen because you know what? He delivered Soto, and I don't think, and I heard it in an interview today, which I agree with, I don't think Stearns wanted Soto. That was forced by Cohen to get a superstar to put asses in seats and actually have an MVP caliber hitter in your lineup. And Cohen has spent money. There's no doubt about it. He had the second or third highest payroll in baseball this past year. He brought in Scherzer and brought in Verlander on $40+ million a year salaries. It's not Cohen. It's this nerd who thinks he could change baseball by playing Moneyball. Oh, we got to get better. We got to get better defensively. Okay. You want to work on run prevention? How about scoring runs, which you didn't do very well last year?
How about that? Not going to this year because
it's going to be worse this year.
200 RBIs.
Yep. In Alonso and Nimmo. And now you have a closer who already proved he can't really handle New York by having a 4.79 ERA or whatever it was. So let's bring that guy in, and then we'll let the guy that had a 1.63 ERA, go 3,000 miles across the country. What a dipshit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, have fun.
I just think that this is going to be studied as an epic failure. It's like, even look at Moneyball. Did it change the game? Yeah. How many World Series did Oakland win in that span?
None.
They won none. And guess who was winning the World Series in that time? The Yankees, who were bringing in every big-time player and who had an all-star at every position.
Yeah,
this game is not hard.
And look at all the teams that won in the past few years. Los Angeles Dodgers, Atlanta Braves. You got the Phillies making the World Series. Houston's winning World Series. And Houston was the only natural team that really built from the ground up. Like, we're going to suck for 5 years, and we're going to try to draft really well, and it panned out for them. It really did. But that's not the game anymore. Clearly, the teams with the highest payrolls, and of course it's the Mets that don't make the playoffs last year, but every other team that had a high payroll made the playoffs and did well in the playoffs. And look what happens to the Moneyball Brewers, who had the most wins in baseball with one of the lowest salary with the collective salaries that they've had last year. They got their ass whooped by the Dodgers and swept. I don't think that was a surprise to anyone.
Well, no, because it's not that hard. All you got to do is just put talent on the field, and guys that are good hitters are going to hit. Guys that are good pitchers are going to pitch well. And
let's talk about Stearns wanted this whole bullshit about run prevention. Run prevention. How about you get some fucking pitchers? Well, that's run prevention.
Like, you can have
Diaz prevents runs.
Your infield can be Don Mattingly, Nomar Garcia Parra. You could bring back Ozzie Smith and Cal Ripken Jr. in the infield. And if it's you pitching, how many runs are they going to possibly save when the ball's going over the fence?
Yeah.
You're not going to get the opportunity to do that.
No.
It's such a stupid way to think.
When you got dipshit pitchers who constantly walk the bases around and around and around and around, and then all of a sudden you get some Joe Schmo who's batting ninth hit a grand slam. I don't care who do you have out there in defensively, like you just said.
Yeah. No, I know.
What good is it? Now the Mets don't have a first baseman, a center fielder, or a left fielder. They have a question mark at third base because Brett Beatty sucked for a whole half of the year last year. Your catcher constantly gets hurt. That's younger. You have no starting pitchers, and the ones you have walk everyone around the bases. That's all we see is walk, walk, walk. You got a bullpen who can't hold a goddamn lead. And we used 45 pitchers last year because everybody kept getting hurt. And then you lose an all-star closer who just won the reliever of the year, the best reliever in baseball award. Let's let him go over $1 million a year. You know, even though Diaz was being a little bitch about getting butthurt about Devin Williams.
Yeah, I mean that.
So Diaz, you're a loser.
Yeah, he had no. That's not justified.
Oh, we're going to give you a alternate closer and a setup man to make your life easy. So that way, when you come into the game, there's no one on fucking base for you to pitch to, and you want to walk. Well, I guess you could do that with Tanner Scott and the Los Angeles Dodgers now. And guess what? You're not going to get any saves because every game the Dodgers are going to be winning is going to be 7-0. So have fun pitching your meaningless inning at the end of games.
Oh,
and I hope they trade for fucking Screwball too. Let's just ruin baseball altogether while we're at it. Burn the whole thing. And guess what? The Dodgers, Johnny, I hope you're happy. You got your championship rings. And guess what? You're going to be the reason that a strike gets called. It's not going to be the Mets.
No. Well, listen, Johnny's also not going to be happy when, Diaz comes in the game and the first guy gets on, second guy gets hit. I mean, it's never an easy outing with Diaz. So have fun with the heart attack baseball that we had to deal with for the last for many years. Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, made a comment tonight about everything going on. He told John Heyman, I totally understand the fans' reaction. There's a lot of offseason left to put a playoff team on the field. But I think he's missing the point. And it's...
How about a championship team on the field, not a playoff team that's not good enough?
First of all, they're not going to be able to replace the output you got last year from the guys that left with the people that are available. It's almost impossible.
No, you have to trade.
That's 200 RBIs. That's
35 saves.
35 saves with a sub-2 ERA. And it's not just him that left. We have maybe 2 or 3 guys in our entire relief staff right now. I don't like how they just got rid of guys that they knew that the fans liked, that were productive. I mean, who was more productive than Pete Alonso in the last 6 years that he's been in the league?
Since 2019, when he debuted, he has the most RBIs in baseball, and he's third in home runs.
Yep, he's the second best right-handed hitter in baseball, power hitter since he's been brought up, other than Aaron Judge.
Yep.
He also plays 150 games a year. Does not get hurt.
160 for the last 3.
He, everyone always says the best ability is availability, and he's been there. He's played his position. He's played every game. He's a leader. He was a fan favorite. He started the whole LFGM thing. I don't see how you replace that guy. I really don't. And I know people are talking about they're thinking about bringing in Goldschmidt to platoon with Jeff McNeil. So you're going to tell me that trying to get Jeff McNeil, who's played, I think, 4 innings at first base in his life, is better defensively?
That's run prevention.
That's run prevention? No. That stick me at first base then.
Yeah, they'll save a lot of money too.
This whole thing is just a mess. It's a shame. I honestly thought Cohen was going to be, this owner that was a fan of the team, that cares, that wants to listen to the fans and give the fans a product that's going to win. And he doesn't. He got his casino approved in Queens. He got his project done, and that's all he cares about. Now this is it. The guy doesn't. You don't make $15 billion a year by making bad business decisions. So he's going to look at the team and he's just going to make decisions that make the most sense for his wallet. And it's not about what the fans want. It's not about bringing back people that the fans like, that are productive, that are good baseball players. He hired this nerd who thinks he's changing the game. Couldn't get it done in Milwaukee. He's not going to be able to get it done here.
He's also the highest paid executive in baseball, yet it's nice when the money goes into his pocket, but when it's time to dish it out to Pete Alonso, who's the face of the franchise, not enough money, not enough years.
Yeah, no, it's funny. He's so against the 5-year deal. He had no problem signing it himself.
Yep.
Because that's what his contract is worth, but whatever. I mean, it's just.
I know you like to say high tide raises all ships. Well, David Stearns, you're the fucking Titanic.
Yeah, well, it's
fucking little dipshit. I'm tired of this. I'm 31 years old and I can't see my favorite team win a World Series, for Christ's sake. And it's never going to happen. I'm never going to see it happen.
I never will.
No. If God came down and said, Danny, I will take your noodle from you. I will cut your balls off, but I'll give you a Mets World Series. You know what I would say? Absolutely. Sign me up right now. Put me on the operating table. You could take my arms and legs for all I care. I don't give a shit.
I am the Red Sox.
I just want to see one.
I am the Red Sox.
Yeah. All I want to see is one. And then take my arms, take my legs. I don't care.
Yeah, it's been a tough week for Mets fans. Winter meetings are over, so we're most likely going to go into a little bit of a lull now because you got the holidays coming up. Everyone's going to kind of slow down, and then you'll see, guys start signing again. And I don't know. This team lost its heart and soul when Nimmo and Alonso left. Diaz can go fuck himself. I don't really care about losing him, but
at least he's replaceable. If Devin Williams comes back to Milwaukee for him, well, right? Guess what? I mean,
then everything's fine.
Yeah, but Pete was the one guy you couldn't.
And honestly, a little part, and then we're gonna move on. A little part of me is, fuck you, Pete. You clearly don't care about winning because you're about to go to a basement team that. Oh, come on.
I'll tell you what. If the Orioles put some pitching together, that's all they have to do. Jackson Holliday
was last year, and they couldn't do shit.
Gunnar Henderson's a good baseball player. Jackson Holliday is a good baseball player.
He's so good. He led the Orioles to 60 wins last year.
Everyone got hurt, and they had no pitching.
Him and Jackson Holliday, that other loser.
If they had pitching, they'd be in a better spot. They just added a 40 home run hitter and a 30 to their lineup. So I think they'll be pretty good next year. Yeah. Which they didn't have.
To me, that just showed that all you cared about was the money. All you cared about was being the highest paid AAV first baseman in the league. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, notice how he took 155 instead of 150, and
yeah,
that was
he wanted to be Schwarber.
Better year than Schwarber, dipshit.
You know what? How about you go back to the franchise that drafted you, that made you who you are, that made you the superstar that you are today, and the fan base that made you who you are, and say, you know what? Would I love 5 years? Yes, but I'll give you 3 or 4. With the dollar, with the amount of money that would have been close, and let's go let me go finish where I started here. But you don't see that anymore. These guys are all pieces of shit. They don't care.
No.
What's the difference with your family when between 130 million, 140 million, and 150 million? There's no difference. You're never going to spend that money. It doesn't make a difference.
Well, no, I mean the Mets offered him 7 years, 155, which was the same amount of dollars he got just for the 2 less years, yet we still paid him $35 million last year. So really,
have fun playing baseball in June
stayed with us
in front of 4,000 fans in Camden Yards, and you can't even walk back to your fucking hotel room after the game. And with your you and your fucking family, good luck. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and that is it. You might get shot in Baltimore. Not a great area.
So he pissed me off too. Yeah. But to play the other side, Mets didn't even make an offer. So if there's no offer there, he's not going to go back and beg.
Well, that's what I mean. Wonder Boy dipshit did it again, ruining my life. But another dull moment this weekend is going to be watching John Cena lose to Gunther, of all people, the most force-fed wrestler that we've had in the past 10 years, shoved down our throats. Are you excited for this one?
Well, let's get into the wrestling news of the week. Kick it off with the final John Cena match ever this weekend, Saturday night's main event. John Cena in the final match versus Gunther. We're actually going to do a full card corner highlighting John Cena's entire career in cards be a nice way to send John off into the sunset. We're going to talk about all his most important cards in his career. But yeah, you predicted this weeks ago. You said it would be Gunther.
Yep.
It is Gunther. I don't think the match means anything anymore. I don't want to hear like the passing of the torch. Gunther's how old is Gunther?
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's this up and coming rookie that like John Cena is going to lose to you know, give him the rub and make him into a superstar. Guy's been champion, and what is he, like 40? I mean,
yeah,
he doesn't need that anymore.
Yeah.
It should have been someone he had an actual history with, or someone that they are truly passing the torch to.
Yeah.
I would have even been happy if it was Cody Rhodes, because then it's like Cody's the next John Cena. He's the next face of like WWE for like the kids, and that would have made more sense.
No, what I'm shocked at, we didn't get Roman Cena this year. Right? Am I crazy for saying that? We didn't get. I don't remember them doing anything. I think if you were just going to honor Cena route,
Cody.
Yeah, there's five wrestlers you could have did. It would have been. I would have been perfectly great with Roman, Punk, Rhodes, AJ, and the Edge thing was impossible. I'm sorry, everyone that wants Edge that wasn't having or Orton, just for the nostalgia, just for the send off. Those, even Brock, those 6 would have been perfect. Fine with.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do a rising star, it had to be Braun Breaker or Dom. So I think those are the best guys in the best position that are younger that will be top dogs one day.
But even look what they're doing on the show. So
and they did do Dom, so that's Dom,
that was cool. They, for those who don't know, Saturday night's main event, Saturday, December 13th, on NBC. Obviously, John Cena and Gunther is the main event. Then you got Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi, Bayley versus Sol Ruca, and World Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee against Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
Yeah.
So the whole rest of the card is basically like the passing of the torch.
Right.
You have AJ and Dragon Lee. They're, Javon Evans, another up and coming guy. Bayley versus Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca is a top prospect, female wrestler coming up. You have Obafemi, who's a young talent in NXT, going up against Cody Rhodes, the champion. Like, this would have made so much sense.
Yeah, and then Gunther.
And then you have Gunther. The upper. This is like if Upper Deck made a rookie card, like, or a wrestling card, and the way that they think about prospects and rookies, it's like
Young Guns Gunther.
Come on, I don't know. I'm just reading something here about the broadcast.
Apparently, there's no time limit, so like whatever time WWE needs, they're gonna get.
I see. So the show is airing only on Peacock in the United States, not on NBC.
Really?
Dave Meltzer addressed Cena versus Gunther opening the show.
No, they're not going to do that.
In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer, noting that since the show is airing only on Peacock in the United States and not NBC, they are not confined to a hard out at 10 p.m. as they were for Goldberg's retirement match. Right. Meltzer wrote, "The plus is that they will have full time for the match to go as long as it should and not rush the post-match. The bad is that tons of people will tune out after the Cena stuff is over. Also, not being on actual television, there's no hard out at 10 p.m. as they can go as long as they want. So I guess it is on Peacock."
Cena's going to be the main event. There's no way he's not. Why would you, exactly what he said, why would you have Cena go on first? I'm turning it off after. It's a glorified house show after.
They don't want it to be rushed. They want Cena, they want the match to go as long as it has to, and then the whole him leaving the ring to be as long as it has to.
Okay, so put a time limit on your fucking 3 matches before that.
Right. Time out a show.
Right. They do it every week. They get paid to do that. Holy shit. I'm angry this week. My blood is boiling.
The chance, listen, I'll be honest with you. If it is the first thing, I'm not mad about it because we also have
Yeah, Saturday night.
We also have Nick Saturday night, and we also have Nick's Magic in the. Oh no, that's actually I think 5:00 in the cup, so that won't be affected. But
Yeah.
I can move on with my night. I don't have to watch the rest of the card. But yeah. So who do you think wins?
Gunther. The only way I won't be mad is if Cena actually wins and Gunther just fucking rolls out of the ring and leaves. But if they have Cena lose on his back, that would be
All Gunther's been talking about is how he's going to make him tap.
Well, and he's probably gonna. Or Cena's gonna do the pass out, and they're gonna say, "Oh, Cena never gives up, never quits."
Are you feeling nostalgic at all?
Nah.
I mean, this is for you. This is a guy that like you were young when Cena came up, and like that was like your guy for a little bit.
That was a huge Cena mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it weird to see like someone like that go?
No, I haven't felt that sink in at all.
To
me, it's no big deal. Well, it's a big deal, but it's
I felt it a little bit. I'll be honest with
you. Yeah, I mean, maybe Saturday will set in.
To me, it's the start of like that generation. Because now, this year, 26, you're probably gonna have AJ.
Yeah, and Jericho.
You're gonna start seeing a lot of those guys start to wind down. I think. Yeah, it's like a whole, it's a whole era.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens when we tune in for that. Now, in card news, finally, there was a latest release for the Tops Now, and guess what? For the dozens and dozens that are watching here tonight, I can show the photos off. So we do have our Tops Now, which will feature what do we got here? Obafemi, Javon Evans, and Kendall Gray.
And Gunther.
Yes, and Gunther. And apparently my thing doesn't want to cooperate, so maybe not. I lied.
Did you pick up any of these?
No. I did not.
Kendall Gray is an interesting one with the rookie card symbol on it. I know people are high on her, and the only thing she has is the finest card.
Right.
So could be sneaky.
Yeah.
Something else that Topps released, which I could give a shit about. Pre-orders are available now for the iShow Speed card set. So Topps did a whole curated iShow Speed set with him like training to be a WWE superstar, I guess. So it's like all like pictures of him like in the ring with Randy Orton, taking bumps, learning how to take bumps, and like all this. I don't know. It's not for me, but there's a million kids and people that love iShow Speed, watch him on YouTube, and he's got a huge following. We saw that at Fanatics Fest. Everywhere that guy was, it was like The Rock walked into the room.
Yeah,
I've never seen reactions like that. People were going absolutely nuts for the guy. So he's clearly got a following, and I believe there's going to be autos in the set. So
yeah,
I think those pre-orders are available until Christmas, or like in and around there, like the 26th, and then they'll be taken down. So if you're interested, you can pick it up now.
Jump on it. And Upper Deck news. So officially on EPAC, AEW Metal Universe, which, probably one of the fastest EPAC releases we've gotten from release of a product to the internet.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we're usually at like, what, a year?
Yeah.
Minimum?
And we're live, pal.
Oh.
So we got a little quick 3-pack Ripski of the new Metal Universe, Upper Deck AEW. Let's see if we hit anything here. I don't know why it won't let me open the pack. The hell is going on? We got to refresh here. It's that Boost Mobile Wi-Fi that I have. Wait, where'd the pack go?
It's nice. I see it.
No, I had 3. Cool. I don't even know what I got in the first pack. Oh man, they got me.
They got me.
A little Energized Swerve. Smooth Serena Deeb. Oh, down to 1. Cash Wheeler, Dante Martin. I like these, the Ring Heroes. It was a cool little insert. Hangman. Trios. I can't even see who the hell that is. And that's all she wrote. Which, did I even get anything out of the other packs? Now I'm checking. I don't think so.
Why don't you go to your collection? This is like a weird thing to look at.
How do I even get there?
I don't use the. I
View
use my phone. I
collection.
don't use the browser.
These are the base. Oh, I got this was one of them. So we didn't see a. Oh, so it looks like I got a trios of Shivani, McGinnis, and Matt Menard, and then Matthew Jackson EX Century. Not numbered, I believe. Nope, not numbered. So I basically just burned $25.
Someone may need a trade or something.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, Metal Universe available now, so jump on that.
I think Nagel opened one pack and got a.
Oh, the Brit Jambalaya?
Yeah,
of course he did. Why am I not surprised? All right, what else we got?
So the big event just announced their next show for 2026, which is going to be on Long Island in Brentwood, New York, Suffolk Credit Union Arena from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, March 21st. So they usually do about 2 big shows a year. They do like a spring show and then a winter show. Already started announcing some of the talent for the March 21st show, which includes Don Morocco's last ever East Coast appearance. So he's coming in from, I believe, Hawaii, and that's it. He's doing one more run on the East Coast, and that's it. You got Booker T, Saraya, Eva Marie, Demolition, and Jamie Hayter.
Good little start.
Jamie Hayter's a cool one. If I end up going to this, that she's 100% on my list because I feel like there's not many opportunities. I like the people that there aren't a million opportunities to meet. Booker T would even be a cool. I'm sure he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
he seems like a cool
guy.
I
know. My heater, Johnny Grills, will be doing Booker T.
Does he? Why?
Oh, he just wants to meet Booker T and get an auto fig.
Oh, he already told you that he's doing Booker T?
Yeah. I think he wanted a picture with Eva Marie and Saraya for obvious reasons.
That makes sense. What would he get from Booker T? Because isn't he a BCA guy?
No, I am.
Oh,
he's I think he said there was a Titantron that he liked. He was gonna get. When he does an auto figure, he just wants to find like a favorite figure of his. He doesn't care.
He's like it's all over the place, right?
It's all over the place. Yeah,
that's.
I know it drives me nuts. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but actually, so Booker T had a BCA at the very, very end.
No way.
It was a part of the Backlash series. So I think I have to do that by default.
I would try to find that, Mindy. Yeah.
What's up, Jonathan? How's it going?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, didn't think you can possibly get any madder, but here we are. Let's look. We got one more thing to talk about before purchases. We need to discuss, first of all, the latest PSA scandal, as well as Danny's lackluster submission results.
Yeah. What was the latest scandal?
I'll break it down. So, basically, there was a I guess collector, or I don't know if he's an influencer. I don't know exactly what his deal is, but he had posted that I believe it was on Reddit that he had submitted some Pokemon to PSA, and he got the reveal, and a bunch of his cards got 9s, so he got the offer for PSA to buy. So for those who don't know, PSA started doing this thing where they're going to send you an offer, a monetary offer to buy the card from you before they even ship it. And then if you accept the offer, they keep the card. Or it's not PSA buying it; it's their certified buyers that are doing it. But anyway, the offer comes from PSA. So he got a couple of offers from PSA for the PSA 9s in PSA 9 value. They're going to offer you the value of whatever the card is that you got.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? Figured whatever. He thought he was going to be able to get 10s, but he got 9s. He didn't really want them, so he sold them.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on eBay and sees his cards, same cert, PSA 10.
No way.
On eBay for sale.
Eesh.
So this kind of started this fire of like, how the hell does this happen? And did PSA change the grade after they accepted an offer for a PSA 9 buyout?
Yeah.
And what happened? So this prompted PSA to make a statement. Basically, what they said was that when the cards are still in their possession and they're in the, I guess that when they're in that phase, they are still subject to review.
Oh, that's the worst thing they could say.
And that in this case, the PSA 9s were deemed to be graded wrong and that they were actually PSA 10s.
Oh, man.
But my problem with that is the offer was accepted. Right. He would not have accepted that offer if they were 10s.
Right.
And the offer also would have been higher.
Yeah.
I want to say PSA made it right and credited him like what the value would have been. And made it right. But
still, how many people did they do this to now?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
we don't know. If it's me, like, and kudos to him for actually like checking, because if I sold those cards at PSA, I would never look them up again as a PSA 9.
Especially Pokemon, because they're non-serial numbered.
Right, so you don't even know if it's yours or not.
Right, like if you get like a Charizard or whatever, you could see that, oh, PSA selling a Charizard. I had that card too. Like, I would never even thought twice.
I think what this does is this ultimately confirms that everything we probably assume about PSA is true in terms of they're influencing their grades. When they get, Tom Brady submitting a card, they're giving him a fucking 10. If you know someone at PSA through their network, through, friends, if you're an influencer or whatever, you're getting taken care of.
Yeah, I don't know, because then you had a lot of these influencers that kind of came to bat for PSA and said, well, we know that this kind of seems bad, but they did come out and make a statement. They did make it right, like it was a mistake. But I think
the card was graded already. How was that a mistake?
So apparently I think this is what Nat Turner said, who's the president of Collectors, the company that owns PSA. I think he basically said there are two different, almost like two different queues, like cards that are graded that everything is like, it's final. It's like the final grade. It's done. It was reviewed. It's whatever. And then there's like this other queue of like these cards that are like subject to a review. But my thing is, once a card is graded, why is it getting reviewed again?
Right.
Just get it right the first time. That doesn't make me feel great.
How could you re-review the card, especially if it's slabbed already? After
it's been revealed.
Right. Yeah.
I know. That's a problem.
Unless they're saying, here's what we're going to do. We're going to slap a 9 on it, right? And they're now moving the card along into a softer case. And then they do a second review to, counter it and say, oh, okay, it is a 9. All right, now slab it. But still, that means that when the grade's revealed, you would assume that the card's in the slab already because they show you the picture of it.
Yep.
So clearly it was after the fact that they cracked it, and then Just
Yeah.
switched out a label, probably,
Right.
is my guess.
Yep. But at the end of the day, this
Someone
thing,
call the FBI on this.
it is so everything it is so subject to just it. I don't know. It's tough. And then you had one of these YouTube shows that I watch every now and then. They were kind of like dissecting this, and one of the guys in the show said that he took 10 nines from PSA, cracked them, resubbed them. He said, I think 4 came back PSA 9, 2 came back PSA 8.5, and 4 came back PSA 10.
Yeah.
So 40% of the cards that he resubmitted that he just got 9s on got 10s again.
And the answer to this question from Jonathan will be no. I'm going to keep
No, they
grading
won't.
with them because
I just sent another sub in.
yeah, because honestly, it's that PSA 10 carries the most weight, carries the most value. So if you get it, you're golden.
It looks the nicest. It's the nicest slab. It carries the most value. It's the easiest company to submit to.
Mm-hmm.
It has the best interactive app and everything else to submit to. You could submit it. You could do a submission right on your phone, print out the paperwork, throw it in the mailbox, and it's at PSA in 2 days, 3 days. I mean, it really is the most simple process. But at the end of the day, it is a completely flawed process.
Yeah.
Because this is just subject to a person's opinion.
Right.
And that person could be brand new. They could be grading for 20 years. They could just be having a bad day. They could be having a great day. We don't really know. The sub that Danny just got back, me and Danny just got back, I thought I did pretty well. I got a few 10s. And then I got like 2 6s.
Yeah.
I never would have sent a card that I thought was worthy of a 6.
No one would. There's no way.
And it's funny because the YouTube show that I was watching, I don't remember who it was, but they said it's funny. Everyone that grades with PSA either says I did better than I thought, or I did worse than I thought.
Yeah.
It's never really what you thought.
No.
You know, it's like when I sent it. How many times have you and I sent cards in, and I'm like, oh man, it's got a 10. Like I definitely thought this was a 9 at best. Or
no, I know. I
you got a
fucked up
7, and you're like, fuck, this was at least an 8 or a 9.
I literally dropped Michael's Wander Franco on the floor, and at the time,
yep,
if he would have sold it immediately, it would probably been a couple grand. I dinged the corner of it, like clear ding. I was dragging the card on a table trying to reflatten the card out, and I still dimed it.
Yep.
So I mean, it's yeah.
You just never know what you're gonna get, and like it's so like.
I mean,
it's just so insane. But like Jonathan Francisco just said it again. Everyone will move on from this in 2 weeks, probably. And I'm not thinking twice about it. I'm still going to submit to them. I just think that everybody else is such a liability at this point. BGS is just I can't grade with them anymore. I don't think some of those other companies are even going to be around in a year from now, like SGC or I don't know. I don't see it. I just think PSA is king. They're king for a reason. But the whole thing is just flawed. It's, is it 10 and 10? That's what it says on the label, but
yeah, who knows?
At the end of the day, once it's in there, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Right.
But just thought that was interesting. Just be careful out there, guys. I mean, for me, full disclosure, Justin.
No, we will not.
No, I won't, Justin. I will not be moving on from Pete Alonso in 2 weeks because I actually am a diehard fan who loved Pete, and it's sad.
Sad episode this week.
Very, very sad. But full disclosure, I actually accepted an offer from PSA.
At least
it was on a 10, and I don't have to worry about that. But it would be interesting if that car was a 9, and then I saw it dimed on eBay because there's a huge price discrepancy from the 9 and the 10 in that particular card. So just curious to see if any more of this comes out.
Yeah. All right. We got
Justin says, I can't wait to have him in Baltimore. Well, at least you're going to be able to go see him because there's like 3,000 fans that go to the game. So you're going to have no problem getting tickets.
And congrats on your guarantee of 35 home runs and 100 RBIs. So that's always nice too.
And fourth place.
All right. You got any purchases this week?
And now we get some baseball talk. I like this.
Yeah.
Jonathan Francisco. He overpaid for Diaz, I think. Like I said earlier.
Maybe a little, but it doesn't matter.
Right. For the Dodgers, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
But like I said earlier, I don't think he's ever pitched an inning for the Mets in his entire life where one person didn't get on. That's just what happens. He's going to usually the leadoff batter is going to get on, whether it's a walk, a base hit, or a hit by pitch.
Yeah.
And 9.5 times out of 10, he gets out of it. So just got to deal with the heart attack a little bit.
Yep.
What did I get? Nothing really this week. Just like Christmas gifts for people. Couple of vintage baseball cards. Actually, I was waiting to show you on some of these. I'll show you this one now just because.
Actually, real quick, Justin, I actually think the AL East is going to be a toss-up. You have 4 teams that could easily win the division next year. It's kind of crazy.
Well, Toronto is sick. Yankees are going to be there. They always are.
Red Sox made the playoffs.
The Red Sox should be really good.
And the Orioles are
Baltimore is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Probably going to be the most exciting division to watch in baseball.
You're a fan of the Upper Deck SP chirography, right?
Yes.
On card autos. Just got that. I don't know if you can see it.
You're blurry. You got to go really close, I think, and directly in front of you.
Can you see that?
No.
It's Miguel Tejada.
Oh. All right.
I got it for $5.99 on a bid.
Steal.
And like he's just a guy that growing up, I enjoyed watching him play. He was part of that Moneyball A's. That that was a fun core that they had, and on card auto from a reputable set, SP Authentic. $5.99. That was the only bid.
Wow.
And I know you've been getting into like the late 90s, early 2000s stuff lately, so
it's goodbye. I respect it.
Thank you.
My only purchase, which I didn't even realize I did purchase, was a Bape hobby box.
Oh.
So I got one, and I didn't even know I bought it. And I got an email from Topps today saying your package has been delivered. And I looked, and I was like, what did I buy from Topps? I thought it was the Zack Ryder cards or the Ziegler. And it was a Bape box. So I'm like, oh, shit. All right.
Did you get it?
No, I got to go pick it up after this. It's back at the parents. So got that, but that was pretty much it for me.
Yeah, you have a ton of mail here, so
yeah. Well, I've been buying a lot of ornaments and
you just got to come pick it up.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably grab it.
Be fire.
Yeah, grab it this weekend. But we got our Patreon purchases up.
You got them?
Do a little run through. Yeah. So we can start it up with Chris McCarthy. Took some packs, but hit the red out of 10 of Sky Blue from Blood and Guts match dated moments. And that's a really nice looking card. That's sick. Probably would do some good money.
Yeah, really nice.
Chris Eastwood went to Natalie's book signing in Chicago this weekend and had her sign a few things, including her 2008 Topps Lyman card rookie. As soon as I pulled it out, she goes, "Oh wow, that's the 08 UK rookie card, right? That's a rare one. I love when wrestlers know their shit about their own collectibles." That's very impressive for her to know that.
Yeah, I mean that's a card you never see ever pop up.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that like how many wrestlers had those,
Yeah, I think I have Cody's of that same card.
Oh, that's cool.
John Thurman, home after a couple weeks on the road and lots of mail to open. Starlight Kid 2025 BBM Infinity Autos out of 30 and out of 89. Lucent out of 50. Foil Auto out of 100. Sparkle and Base. All the cards she had in the set. Along with a kid card from Tokiwate, a bar restaurant in Tokyo. Hope I got that right. Serena Deeb 2001 Spectrum Relic Auto to 20. 2025 AEW Pink Pyro Outburst Diamond Plate. 2025 Game Use Authentic Fabrics 99 Auto. Blue Auto, and Red Base. Thanks to Marcus Brandon for pulling the last two. Nice. Brian Lyons, day one of Christmas Advent Calendar. Had my first ever pack pulled one of one. Dr. Britt Baker from SP Game Used. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Nice.
That's a beauty right there. That one of one too is nice. That was really popping on the card. Tim French got me a 6 Samoa Joe auto out of 15 from the most slept on sets of all time. Topps Transcendent.
How much did you pay for that? $4?
Here we go. Angel Cortez. Been a good couple weeks. Purchased some Topps Now cards and hit a Stephanie Vauquer at a 5. Pretty nice surprise for only purchasing one card. Wow. Also picked up a second Kendall Gray rookie refractor and lockdown. Another Santos 1 of 1 auto for the PC.
I knew there was a Kendall Gray person in our group.
Yeah, there you go. Good investment. Jeff Montalvo opened up some more game used. Got 2 Supreme tables out of 15 of Tony Storm and Takeshita. Nice. 2 good names to pull for tables. Dave Nagel, shout out Medina for the EO Masters Auto and a Liv Morgan Cage Gold out of 50. I refuse to call it Astronauts because Travis Scott names are stupid. Also picked up the newest Kevin Gus Rising Star set and got the Kendall Gray Metal 1 of 1. Kendall Gray's a hot name this week that we've been talking about a lot.
Fucking horseshoe, man.
And the final 2, Josh Costello. Good first week plus of AEW SP Game Used for the Okada PC. Complete Okada marquee. So that's pretty awesome right there. Great display piece. Blue Auto, 2 green mems, gold out of 99, Matt Relic out of 50, and more on the way.
And that's what I think that set. I think that's what that set's perfect for. Like, I know we talked about this a week or 2 ago, but for me, does it make sense that that's in a wrestling set? No, because it's not like game worn jerseys or like letters, or it's just a name plate, I guess. But
yeah,
that it's very cool to like display that. If you have like a card shelf or a toy shelf, or have that be like the background piece, or like the way you display your cards, where you have your cases with all your graded stuff, to kind of display that across, like no matter what it is, and it's still a sick card. It looks sick displayed like that. So, I think that looks really cool, and I love a lot of that game use stuff. I've been actually clocking a lot of it on eBay. I'm just waiting for it to kind of go down a little bit. I want to pick up some pieces, but they've been doing well.
A couple of the boys joined us, Evan and Johnny JB. What's up, fellas? And the last purchase to round out, who was in the chat. Thanks for joining us, Jonathan Francisco. Missed the cut last week. Been ripping some game use and hit a Mercedes Monet out of 10, Chris Jericho out of 15 table, and an MJF auto to 5. Also a massive PC pickup. A set of my good friend Thunder Rosa's ring-worn gear from her time in Stardom. This was gear used for her Stardom collection cards. That's really cool. And this week, been ripping some boxes of Allure. Ripped 6 boxes, all had a minimum of 3 case hits, steel chair, crimson, etc. per box. Last box was the best. Bryan Danielson quartz, Shibata steel chair, and an Okada 16-bit.
I believe Jonathan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that he had mentioned that the gear that he got was the gear that she wore in the All-In card.
Oh, no, he put it in the thing. It was from the Stardom collection cards.
That's right. The Stardom collection cards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Unbelievable. Hey, listen, tell your good friend Thunder Rosa anytime she wants to come on this pod to talk about cards or collectibles. AEW is number 1, so I'm ready.
See how Johnny switched up that quick.
I am ready to talk to Thunder Rosa about anything and everything, wrestling and cards and memorabilia. Let's go. AEW cards, number 1 podcast.
Johnny's gonna pop all the boys and girls with that one.
I'm serious.
Anyway, well, that wraps up all of our purchases and news this week. We got one final segment heading into Car Corner honor good old John Cena. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah, see? John's got us.
Perfect. Yeah, why don't you get into it?
All right, let's get into the final segment of the show for this week, which is Card Corner. And for this week, like we mentioned earlier in the show, we are going to be honoring the great John Cena. It is his final week wrestling. It's his final match this Saturday on Saturday Night's Main Event. So thought it would be appropriate to do a complete rundown of John Cena's cards, some of the bigger hits. I mean, I went on his trading card database profile, so tcdb.com, where you can find like a full checklist of different people, athletes, wrestlers, cards, sets, etc. I went on there. He has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards.
I mean,
parallel. I mean, there's so much stuff from over the
my
years.
goodness.
So, figured I'd take some of the bigger, more prominent cards. We'll mention, a bit or two about each card and just kind of talk about the era in itself. So, again, John, he's been around so long. First card 2002, which 23 years ago, almost 24 years ago. And that's the rookie 2002 Fleer WWE Royal Rumble card number 7 is where we're going to start.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up being a pretty iconic card because that ends up being a pretty iconic set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also have Brock Lesnar's rookie in that.
Yep.
You have Randy Orton's rookie in that.
The Viper. Yep.
And Batista. His rookies in that. So you have 4 pretty big names, 4 Hall of Famers in the 2002 Royal Rumble set. It's not the best card. I mean, you barely can see his face. He's not doing like a memorable move or anything. But at the time, this is kind of who he was. I mean, he wasn't, the John Cena that we know now. So it's very period appropriate. So, but that's in my opinion, that's the card. That's in terms of early cards. That's the one to have. That's the one that I think is going to retain the most value. People, or in terms of rookies and non-autographed, non-serial numbered stuff, I think that's the card to have.
Yeah.
If you're a John Cena fan and if you just want something to like commemorate this run, that to me that's the one to get. And then we move into 2005. He had a couple memorable cards there from Topps Heritage. So 2005 Topps Heritage WWE card number 1. It's the first base card of the set. It's also important too because in I know like in baseball, basketball now at Flagship, the first card is typically it's an important card. At Topps baseball every year, card number 1 is always a big star or next up and coming guys like Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Ronald Acuna, Juan Soto. All these guys have been card number 1 in sets. It's a big deal. Yeah. So, John Cena in 2005 gets card number 1. He also gets an auto. It's the Heritage TV set auto, which is a take on the
which I was about to actually put up here as you were going into it.
Yeah. And then there's also a Topps Heritage Ringside Relics event used memorabilia card from that set also. It's another just iconic set from early on. But at this point, I think he's basically like the John Cena that we know now. He's established at this point.
Yeah.
And then 2006. So that's the card we're talking about. And that's, jorts wearing John Cena that we love.
Yep.
And that's I forget what year of Bowman that was.
50 it's the Willie Mays.
Yeah.
Card. It's 51 Bowman that it's modeled after. It's 51 or 51 Bowman, I'm pretty sure.
55.
Okay, I was way off.
Yeah, the TV set. 55 Bowman is Willie Mays.
Yep.
So that's an iconic reprint of, those cards.
Yep.
And then keep it moving. 2006, you have the Topps Heritage Chrome card number 1, which it's the 2005 card, but it's just a year later and it's chrome.
Yeah.
So again, important because you have the first refractors for John Cena. So you have refractors, you have super fractors. You also have a chrome autograph in that set. which is his first Chrome auto. So again, 4 years after his rookie, but you're getting the first Chrome Cena card. So I think those refractors and those super fractors, there's a super fractor, there's a 1 of 1, and then there's the out of 25.
Yeah.
Those cards are extremely collectible. People, are still chasing those sets down. So that'll be an important one. 2007, you have the E-Tops card. I know you're a big fan of those.
I own one. Yeah.
So
that card plummeted in price.
Did it?
Yeah.
So it's at a $9.99. Probably the first serial numbered John Cena card to ever come out. 2007, and it's a weird set. It's a thicker card stock. It came encased. They're numbered, and you had like a handful of guys in that set. You had like The Rock, Undertaker, Cena. I think Shawn has a card. There aren't many, but it's definitely of that era. It's a weird, card. Definitely look it up.
Yep.
But again, at a $9.99, and then you get into the 2010s. Not much going on, even in cards. I mean, you had a lot of foreign stuff. You had a lot of like Spanish cards, a lot of European cards, a lot of like the Lamin cards. You had a lot of stickers, stuff like that. It was just a different era than. So then we move into 2010 where you had Topps Platinum, WWE card number 1, and the Auto Relic. So that's a set that I think is still pretty popular now. Topps Platinum still exists. I think it's Bowman Platinum now. But again, you had Auto Relics, which from 2010 wasn't a complete commonplace at the time. So it's a big deal then to get stuff like that, especially like lower serial numbered stuff.
Yep.
And some of the relics that they were doing then were awesome. You had a lot of 2-color, 3-color patches along with these autos. So those are pretty big cards. And then 2014, Topps Chrome, which is a big set. Topps Chrome WWE. He was card number 25. You have the refractors in that, the atomic, the superfractor, the gold. That's where I think now you start to see a lot of the true value come in with some of the earlier Cena stuff.
Yep.
And you could obviously jump in as I rattle these off.
So from 2015, I made a bunch of cards. The Undisputed too. Undisputed from 2015 is a really popular set just because of some of the NXT talent and younger cards that we've gotten. We get into 2016, really just the Topps Now card, and it kind of just
that's his first one, card number 54.
Yeah, of Topps Now, and 54, very fitting. That's when he wore his jerseys as 54.
Yep.
But yeah, we jump ahead all the way to 2019. Topps Transcendent collection auto, and it was cool because Cena got obviously his own subset, within Transcendent that year. He was like the focal point of the entire set, so it was a tribute, honoring John Cena. So he's a bunch of autos and a bunch of numbered cards out of Transcendent that year, which it's cool. I'm glad they, when they honor talent like that, it's very fitting.
And for those who don't know, because it was, it's not a set that Topps still does now. Transcendent was a big deal that WWE even got a Transcendent set. That's a $20,000 baseball set that they did give for WWE. All the cards in there are low numbered, autograph, like super high end. You would get, I think, would you get a ticket to WrestleMania?
Yep.
And there was like a party, and it was a huge deal. It was a very expensive box. I forget what WWE went for. It was like $15K.
It wasn't 10 or 20. 15, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 10 or 15. But yeah, no, Cena those cards in there, I think they're super undervalued. If you can get your hands on any Transcendent stuff, that stuff's only going to go up, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then 2020, the most notable being his finest WWE card, the short print that you could have gotten which short prints haven't really been done in wrestling until that point. So very cool that became a thing. 2020 Topps Chrome regular, no autographs in that. And then as we end the Topps era at that point, the last notable card we really get out of Cena is the Chrome Slam Attacks NWO card, which was pretty hot for a while. A lot of people wanted that.
Yeah, because it was weird to see John Cena in an NWO shirt.
Yeah, because of the match with Bray Wyatt.
With Bray, yep.
Yeah, so that was a little hot commodity for a while, and still very collectible if you're a Cena person at that point. And then we get into the Panini era. we start with 2022, big year for Prism. Obviously, his 1-of-1 card is one of the highest selling wrestling cards that we've seen out there. It exploded onto the scene. He did get a color blast that year, and then he was also featured in sets for Immaculate and Impeccable and Revolution to start out. Select, he had a ringside card featured in that, which that ultimately ended up being pretty popular for all the numbered stuff that ended up coming out for a ringside set. And then why don't you take us into 2023?
Yep. So 2023, still in the Panini era, you had Panini Chronicles. You had a couple of big cards come out of that. The main event card, which was Case It, and the action-packed subset. Not the biggest card, but just a cool card, that collectible card that was in that set.
The gold one does well.
Does it? 24 karat gold?
I sold an Undertaker over like $100.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
that does well in the golds.
2023, you also had Kaboom, which we know where the Kabooms are now in the hobby. I mean, it's arguably the biggest card in the hobby in terms of liquidity and, people collectability. So John Cena did get a Kaboom, card number 11. There was also the Panini Select color wheel card number 1, which is a case hit as well at a Select. So obviously he also had autos, he had base and all that set, but we're not going to cover every single card he had. 2024, obviously all those other sets still included Prism, Select, all that, but he added a Flawless card, National Treasures, Panini 3 count. He got the Downtown, which you actually pulled.
Yep.
So just to kind of round out the Panini era, he did get a Downtown. He did get a Color Blast. He did get a Kaboom. He got a color wheel. He did well. Everything. Yeah, he hit basically every single big case hit.
And as he should.
Panini put out, Cena had one. So I think that's going to mean something down the road. That he was basically every big important card that Panini put out, Cena does have representation in it.
Yeah.
And then just to kind of round out 2025, Topps Chrome Sapphire, Topps Chrome. He was card number 16. This year's Topps Chrome set in 25, he had a ton of stuff in it. He had like a ton of SPs, photo variations, obviously refractors and autos. There was the Celebrating Cena subset, The Time Is Now subset.
Yep.
He had a Persona case hit. So, I mean, John Cena was all over Topps Chrome. Mm-hmm. He also had cards in Topps Finest. He also had cards in Cactus Jack. So he's been in everything this year with Topps, as he should be. And then to round it out, the 2025 Topps Now run. So he kind of went on a pretty big run with Topps Now, starting with, like Danny has pictured up here, the heel turn that stunned the world. He's got that card with Tim, The Rock, and Travis Scott on there. He had a bunch of autos and stuff to come out. He had his WrestleMania card. He had basically this entire last run has been captured by Topps Now. Yep. And I think that's important too. I think people are going to look back, and that might be a cool little collection to have, like this last run in Topps Now, whether it's parallels or autos or whatever else. I mean, he's going to get the last match. It's going to get autos. It's going to get parallels. There's going to be a number of different things that Topps is going to do for this. But yeah, I mean, this Elimination Chamber card is awesome. Topps Now has done a great job this year with their photography, putting out auto versions, putting out parallel versions, even putting out photo variations in some of the cards. So, just to round that out with everything with Topps, with John Cena. He's been in my opinion, every big era in wrestling cards, modern wise, in the last, over 20 years.
Yep.
He's been, Topps, he's got an amazing representation. He was in the whole Panini run as an active wrestler too, which I think is important. He has early Topps stuff. He's got Fleer. He's been around for really the entire modern run of wrestling cards. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think as long as, they still have the IP, and he still has his Legends deal, which he's going to have.
Yeah.
Topps is going to use him the same way they have The Rock and Austin and all those other guys. So I don't think he's going to go anywhere. But for me as a collector, I'm very big on playing years.
Yep.
And I think it's important, to collect stuff from guys that in the years that they were actually active, whether they were wrestling or playing or whatever. So we're officially 2026. That's it. We're officially in the, the retirement era of Cena, and that affects my collecting. I don't think I'd ever pick up anything post 2025. So for me, this is where it ends. But he's any big card in wrestling again in the last 20 years, he's been a part of it. So
yeah. Any particular favorites of the cards he's had?
Again, I think the Road is going to be something that people look back on. That's going to be a card everybody is going to want to have in their collection. I think some of the early Superfractor stuff, 2014 Chrome. I love the early Chrome sets, 2014, 2015. He's in both of those. I think those could be just important cards down the road. The Topps Finest SP, I love that set from 2020. So that's always going to be a special card. And then in the Panini era, obviously the first year Prism, to have anything from that set in terms of like a color or a refractor or anything, I think is cool. He's had a couple cool autos in that set. The iconic rivals, like one with Roman. He has one with Randy Orton.
Yep.
So it's cool that they have that. I'm not the biggest like Kaboom guy or anything like that, but I think it's just cool that he has them. And he's had some pretty cool cards over the years, and a lot of cool dual like relics and stuff from back in the day. Back at like cool cards with like Edge and Randy Orton, and like very appropriate for that era. They did a lot of like dual and triple stuff with guys like that. So what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I loved all the case sets that Panini did and ended up putting out. Glady was able to get into everything. And I think when it's all said and done, those are going to be very important cards because, again, I don't see Panini ever getting WWE license again. And I probably see Topps eventually buying Panini one day. So, yeah, I mean, those are going to be the only iterations of the case hits we get from – because to me, Panini dominates Topps in the case hit game. Kabooms, Downtowns, all that stuff has just notoriously been a favorite amongst collectors. They're higher valued than a lot of the ones that Topps puts out, and Topps just can't generate the buzz with what they put out, whether it's a hidden gem, whether it's Helix. They just don't command the value that you get out of what, Panini's case hits are. So to me, it's going to be that, obviously the Fleer rookie is going to be, one of the most important, especially, that's like really the kickoff of the modern era of wrestling cards. So for him to be the main person within that set to get a rookie, it's going to be important. It's going to be significant.
Yeah, I like what you said too about the case hits. Just one thing to think about: guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, LeBron, Giannis, all these guys, multiple kabooms, multiple downtowns, multiple versions of that card. Now, I'm not saying John Cena is Steph Curry. Because he's not. It's not looked at the same way.
No.
But he'll have one kaboom.
Yep.
He'll have one downtown. He'll have one color blast.
Well, I think he's a couple of color blast.
No, I think it's just the 1 year, right?
I mean, they did color blast every year, so I don't know.
No, he might have two.
Yeah.
But he only has one kaboom.
Right.
So something to think about. It's not like there's there's multiple versions of this card for this person. Same thing applies to Roman Reigns, in my opinion. Roman has one kaboom.
Yep.
Well,
it's the whole WWE roster when you think about it, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, you might be right. That 2022 Color Blast might be his only one. So. Yeah,
we'll see what happens with that. With those cards in the future. But if Topps never really truly gets a hold of the case hit designs and things don't take off the way that I think they hope they do, it will be interesting to see how those cards are looked at in the future. And the fact that they only have one of them, because that was it. They only did 1 year of it.
Yep.
So,
yeah. All right. Well, that caps off this week's episode of Card Foundation and Cena's career. So, again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate all of our live watchers this week from Patreon. We always appreciate your guys' support. So, thank you for being fans of us and being a part of the group. Again, new episodes, you can find us every week. Apple, Spotify, wherever you download your favorite podcast. Leave a 5-star review if you enjoy the show. We are on social media on X and Instagram at Card Foundation Pod and ProWrestlingTees.com/Card Foundation Pod. Buy your CFP tee.
yep. So just to give a round out for the rest of the month and the rest of the year. Next week, regularly scheduled programming.
I will launch the awards. The end of your awards for next week.
So do you want to do the awards next week or the week after?
Well, the week after is going to be like Christmas week, so
yeah, that's true.
I'd rather not. I'd rather do it
So
next week.
let's get the awards up in the group so we get some votes, and then next week will be the award show, end of the year award show. The following week, which is Christmas week, will probably be more like of a Christmas episode. We usually do a Christmas episode every year.
Yep.
And then the week after that, which will be the 29th, will be like a New Year's, kind of like round out the whole year, talk about our, all of our favorite things for the year and what we're looking forward to and stuff. That's always like a New Year's type episode. So next week will be the end of the year awards. Danny will get those up in the group. So if you're in our Facebook group, you'll be able to participate and in the poll, and we'll talk about the results next week. Week after that, Christmas episode. Week after that, end of the year round out. So that's it. 3 more weeks until 2026.
All right. Thanks again, everybody tuning in. As always, don't get caught looking.
Start collecting.
Fuck you, David Stearns.